निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारि नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिसे हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्तकांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। So, welcome all of you for our Saturday class. So, yesterday was Gaur Purnima. So, so today I thought we can discuss about Gaur Katha. So Krishnanand Prabhu was here for Gaur Purnima. All of you know Krishnanand Prabhu? No,
Prabhu.
No? Okay. He is famous for Gaur Katha. So he did almost continuous 6 hours he spoke Gaur Katha yesterday. And today also he gave class. So 3 days he is there. He speaks very nice Gaur Katha. So from morning 8 to afternoon 2 he was speaking yesterday. Very nice pastimes he was speaking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he said Gaur Purnima is Lord Chaitanya's appearance. And when is Lord Chaitanya's appearance? Whenever you chant Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivadari Gaur Bhakta. Whenever you chant this Panchatattva mantra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the Panchatattva appears. That is actually Gaur Purnima. So today also we can celebrate Gaur Purnima because if we chant Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivadari Gaur Bhakta, so they manifest directly. The Lord Chaitanya manifests whenever you chant Jai Shri Krishna. So whenever Lord manifests, that is Gaur Purnima. Gaur Purnima can be every day. So so yesterday who gave class?
Yesterday was our own program, Prabhu. So Amalarjan Prabhu, we had a physical program. So we had Abhishekam, Chapan Bhoga offering and Arati and class also, Gaura Katha. So yesterday class was taken by his place Amalarjan Prabhu.
Oh, yeah.
Prabhu just left for ISKCON Ujjain now today. So he'll be going to Ujjain too. Yeah.
Achha, he is going to Ujjain temple.
Yeah, today he traveled.
Oh,
Amalarjan.
Oh, acha. So tomorrow he is giving class there?
No, Prabhu. Yesterday was his class, Amalarjan Prabhu's class. Yesterday for our program, he given class. Like within our devotees only we give.
Oh, but Ujjain for what he is going?
I think he has some devotees there. So.
Acha. Ujjain.
Yes.
Okay, I will call him to Pune.
Yes. Sure. He'll be happy.
Okay. Okay. So nice. So about Gaur Katha. Once some sound is coming. So once one devotee, outside person actually, he was asking a kind of like some chanting few rounds. He asked Prabhupada that Swamiji, which is better, to worship Radha Krishna or to worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Which is better? So, Prabhupada directly didn't answer him. Prabhupada gave a nice analogy. Prabhupada said, just see if somebody gives you milk, and he gives you milk and he asks you to drink, you drink the milk, and then somebody gives you sugar separately and you eat the sugar. Milk you drink and then you eat the sugar. How it will taste? Milk and sugar?
Sweet.
Sweet. Acha. But milk you drink and then later you take sugar. So that is one option. And Prabhupada said, if you combine both milk and sugar and prepare a nice sandesh. Sandesh is prepared from what? Milk and sugar.
Sugar.
So which one you will prefer? Taking sandesh or milk and sugar separately?
Sandesh.
Sandesh. How many of everybody? Everybody would like to have sandesh?
Yes.
So Prabhupada said, worshipping Radha and Krishna is like taking milk and sugar. But worshipping Lord Chaitanya is like eating sandesh. Then that person understood which is better, worship of Radha and Krishna or worship of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Worshipping Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more delicious, and it is more relishable, like that. Prabhupada gave this analogy for difference between worship of Radha Krishna and worship of Lord Chaitanya. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come, same Krishna has come. Say Gaur, say Krishna, say Jagannath. It's not different, but still there is difference. What is the difference? Difference between Mahaprabhu and Krishna? Is there a difference or there is no difference?
There is no difference, bro.
No difference between Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Only the mood is different. Mood and the color.
What is the mood?
Devotee.
Yeah. And one most important difference is Lord Chaitanya is very merciful. Lord Krishna is strict. You see Lord Krishna behind.
Yes,
He's
very true.
smiling. Yeah. So he said, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharam Vraja. You leave all the religions and come to me, then only I will give protection. But then Lord Chaitanya, he doesn't demand surrender. You come just to me, I will give protection. And Nityananda Prabhu is more merciful, most merciful. He doesn't even ask that you come to me. He says, I will come to you. You don't come, I will come. And Nityananda Prabhu runs behind people to give Krishna prayer. Krishna says, you come to me, leave everything, and then come. Then I will give protection. Lord Chaitanya says, no problem, you don't leave everything, but you just come at least. Nityananda Prabhu said, you don't come also, I will come to you. Nityananda Prabhu is home delivery. He comes and gives Krishna Prem home delivery. So if you go on Amazon and put Krishna Prem home delivery, will you get home delivery of Krishna Prem on Amazon?
No.
Krishna Prem. But Nityananda Prabhu is like that. If you ask, without asking also, Nityananda Prabhu comes and gives home delivery to your home. Krishna Prem. That's why Nityananda Prabhu is most merciful. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is merciful, but Nityananda Prabhu is most merciful. Like that. But of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now we have to focus on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is also merciful. So it is said that Narsimhadev was very powerful. Narsimhadev was powerful. Lord Ram was powerful and beautiful. And Krishna was powerful, he was beautiful, and he was wonderful. And then Lord Chaitanya is not only powerful, not only beautiful, not only wonderful, but also
Merciful.
merciful. He is very merciful, Lord Chaitanya. And he has given his very simple process. He has done the process of surrendering very simple. So Lord Krishna has said, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja, aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma. So then Lord Chaitanya, actually when he went back, Lord Krishna, he was thinking that I didn't tell this process how to surrender. So then he started thinking, my God, I have to show myself how to surrender. Then people will understand. So that's why he came. And then what he did? Sarva dharman parityajya nam ekam sharanam vraja. Instead of mam, what he did? Nam. Mhm. Nam ekam sharanam vraja. Take the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So he's instead of mom, he changed that verse to into mom का क्या किया?
Nam.
Nam. Nam ekam sharanam vraja. From mom he did nam. so if you want to surrender to Krishna, how to surrender? Then take the holy name. That is the process of surrender. So when Krishna went back, he was in confusion. I just said them that you should surrender, but how to surrender? What is the process of surrender? That I didn't show. Lord Chaitanya came, Krishna came again. So there are three internal and three external reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance. So who can tell what are three external reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance? Then we'll go to internal. One reason you can tell.
One is to establish the Yuga Dharma. That is one of the external reasons.
One is Yuga Dharma, that is chanting, to establish Yuga Dharma. He came, one reason is that. Somebody else can tell what are the other reasons, two reasons, external reasons? No? Yesterday Amal Arjun Prabhu didn't tell.
To show how a devotee should act.
How a
devotee, in a mood of devotee, how a devotee should perform his duty or bhakti.
Yeah.
How to execute devotional service. How to surrender to Krishna.
Yes. So he came to show practical how to do a devotional service, how to surrender to Krishna. So he came to show that. Yes, that is the second. And third?
To answer
fallen souls.
Somebody else is saying, yeah. Others also can speak who has not spoken, yeah?
Uplift the fallen souls to take back.
That is not the one of the reasons, the external reason. Of course, that is the reason, but these three in Chaitanya Charitamrita they mentioned three external reasons. Two are right. The third one, who has not spoken it? Somebody. Masimanand Krishna Prabhu is also there. Yes, so all of you know, but you are not speaking because of humility. Three external reasons. One is Lord, it was Yuga Dharma, to spread Yuga Dharma. Second is to show himself how to do bhakti and show to people how to surrender. That is second. And the third one, yes, okay, now I think Shivguna Prabhu knows. He was answering something.
Prabhu, is it the Advaita Acharya's prayer, Prabhu? It was to Lord to visit.
Yes, exactly. Advaita Acharya's prayers. To answer the prayers of Advaita Acharya. Because he prayed fervently for Lord's appearance. So that's why Lord, to please Advaita Acharya, he appeared. So these are the three external reasons. They are not the internal reasons. Actual reasons are not these. These are external. Sometimes we also do something. For you, Prabhu, I can do anything. That is external reason. But then internal is we also have some motivation to do to help somebody. So that is internal. So actual reasons are not these. These are actually all like external reasons. So internal reasons, now who will tell internal reasons? Three internal reasons.
Lord wanted to experience Radharani's mood.
Okay, Lord wanted to experience Radharani's mood. Yes. Then second one.
He wanted to relish his own transcendental mellow.
He wanted to release his own transcendental mellow. And then
he wanted to enjoy the bliss tasted by Radharani.
Experienced by devotees.
Okay. So exactly, if you want to remember, there are three things. So one is it is Krishna, Radharani. So first is what qualities Krishna has, which actually attracts Radharani. So the qualities of Krishna, to experience those qualities which Krishna has, which attracts Radharani. So to actually experience those qualities of Krishna is the first reason. Second is Radharani, to experience Radharani's love, which Radharani has for Krishna. Is second. And then the third is the experience Radharani has when she meets Krishna. The happiness Radharani gets. To experience that happiness, Lord appeared. So three reasons. One is Krishna's qualities, to experience Krishna's qualities, which attracts Radharani. Second is to experience Radharani's love. And third is the experience Radharani has by associating with Krishna. That experience or that happiness she gets, to experience that, Krishna appeared. So these are the three reasons. Like that. Actually, otherwise it looks little similar. But if you remember like this, Krishna's qualities, Radharani's love, and the experience Radharani has. Three reasons, three different reasons like that. They are the three internal reasons and then three external reasons. Like that, Lord Chaitanya appeared on this Gaur Purnima. So how many years passed now exactly? From 1486 till now.
536.
536, right? 536. 536 years back, Lord appeared on the Gaur Purnima. So that was a lunar eclipse, a full moon, but eclipse. So what was the reason there was eclipse? Again, internal and external reason for lunar eclipse. External reason is there was a time for eclipse. That's why eclipse happened. The internal reason
Is it because everyone chants the holy name at that period of time?
yeah, that exactly. Of course, everybody chanting that time. But what moon thought, what moon thought while in this eclipse. So the chanting of course happened, but why moon had eclipse was the moon thought that now this moon of Lord Chaitanya is going to appear, who is such a beautiful moon, and he is the best of all moon. So moon of Lord Chaitanya is going to appear. So then what is the need of this moon? Nobody will actually give bhav nahi dega koi. Nobody will value what I am in front of Lord Chaitanya's moon. So he wanted to hide himself. So that's why there is eclipse. That's this time Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he out of shyness, or he didn't want to show himself when the bright moon of Lord Chaitanya is going to rise. So this moon hid himself by the eclipse. And that's the reason is given. So like that, Lord Chaitanya's moon, the beautiful moon of Lord Chaitanya, appeared on this Gaur Purnima day, and then he got three names. So which are the three names he got when he was born?
Nimai.
One is Nimai, then
Vishwambara.
Gauranga.
Vishwambar is one. Third one?
Gauranga. Gauranga.
Gauranga. Yes. Gauranga. All of you say Gauranga.
Gauranga.
Gauranga. So Gauranga, he got the name because his beauty, his color was like molten gold. Gaur. Krishna Varnam Tusha Akrishna. Akrishna means his Varna is white or golden. So there is a verse which says Kathanchan Smrite Yasmin Duskaram Sukaram Bhave Vismrite Viparitam Shat Sri Chaitanya Namamitam. So when actually you remember Lord Chaitanya, Kathanchan Smriti Yasmin, if somebody remembers Lord Chaitanya, then Dushkaram Sukaram Bhave, the most difficult thing becomes most easy. And Vismrite Viparitam Syat, if somebody forgets Lord Chaitanya, then Sukaram Dushkaram Bhave, means even the most easy things become most difficult. So if you remember Lord Chaitanya, then what will happen? The most difficult thing becomes most easy. But if you forget Lord Chaitanya, then most simple thing becomes most difficult. So what you want? Difficult thing to become easy or easy thing to want difficult?
Difficulties.
Difficulties. So whenever you are in difficult times, you should chant loudly what? Gauranga. Gauranga.
Gauranga.
So if you remember Gauranga, then Dushkaram Sukaram Bhave. It is a very nice verse. You always remember. So in everybody's life, the difficult times come. When difficult times come, just chant Gauranga. Remember Gauranga. Like that. Anyway, so he got three names. One is Nimai, one is Gauranga, and Vishwambhar. So Vishwambhar was, this name was given by Nilambar Chakravarti. Nimai name was given by Sita Devi, who was the consort of Advaita Acharya. She gave. And Gauranga was the name given by the ladies. All the ladies seeing the beautiful form of the Lord, they called him Gauranga. And Nilambar Chakravarti Thakur gave the name Vishwambhar. Who was Nilambar Chakravarti?
And Sachidevi's father, Sachimata's father.
Sajimata's father. And which was the place where Sachimata was staying before? Which is her Maike? Maike. It's English word, is it? Her house. Where she was staying before. You know? Nilambar Chakravarti and Sachimata. I have been to Mayapur in one place called Bel Pukur. You have been to Bel Pukur? There is a place called Bel Pukur, very nearby, there only. From Yogapit, maybe 7-8 kilometers. Bel Pukur, we had gone. We have not gone to Bel Pukur, very nice place, beautiful place. That is the Maike of Sachimata. So Nilambar Chakravarti gave Vishwambhar, Gauranga was named by all the ladies, and Nimaya was given by Sita Thakurani. So there are again internal external reasons. And many internal reasons which are there in or acharyas give. So why Nimai was given name? What is the external reason?
Who took birth under the neem tree.
Neem tree.
Okay, he took birth under the neem tree. What is internal reason?
Vishwambar is his universal Lord.
No,
Vishwambar.
Nimai. What is the reason for his name of being Nimai? Nimai, I am asking for Nimai. Name Nimai.
He'll be closely associated with Nityananda. Nityananda.
Nimai Nitya, like that. Oh, the reason. Yes.
Where he was born under a neem tree.
That is external reason. That is sorry. That is external reason. So Nimai also in the villages actually what they do when many children are born and they die because before Nimai there were some 9 daughters they had. Sachimata and Jagannath Mishra, they died after birth. So whenever like this happens, then they name the child in a bitter, something bitter, not so good name.
To protect from evils.
Yeah, this name generally given. Nima is like bitter. Name is like bitter. So to protect from Yamraj's glance, छोड़ दो इसको अब इसका नाम इतना कैसा है. So Yamraj, because his nine daughters of Jagannath Mishra, they died actually after birth. So even if we see Krishna Das, our Dukhi, his name was before Dukhi Krishna Das. Shamanand Pandit. Shamanand Pandit's name before was what? Dukhi Krishna Das. Then he became Shamanand. So Dukhi, that time also, he's also other siblings or his they died, and they kept his name as Dukhi. So at least Yamraj will at least be merciful. So they give name like that. Dukhi or Dukhi Krishnadas or Nimai. So like that, that's why Nimai was one of the reasons like that this name was given. So Nimai was so beautiful, and his elder brother is of course Vishwarup. So Nimai, when he was born, there was no speciality of this child Nimai. So whenever he would cry, the ladies, when they would come and then chant Hari 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 Hari, when they chanted Hari Hari, the child will stop crying, and when they would stop chanting, then he will start crying. That was so whenever Nimai would cry, the ladies would come and then chant Hari 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 Hari, and he would stop and he would watch very attentively, and then when they would stop chanting, then he would start crying. You have any child like that in Kanaya Desh who has this same characteristic or opposite? Maybe opposite sometimes. Children, when they Hari Hari chant Hare Krishna, then they will start crying. Yeah, here we have one child like that. You have seen that child? He is the son of Hari Parshad Prabhu. Hari Parshad Prabhu. He is in Juhu. So he has that child like that. You have not seen that video?
Yes, bro. One video came in WhatsApp.
Yeah.
But we are not sure that it's Hari Prasad.
Hari Parshad Prabhu's son in Juhu. So because Radha Govind Maharaj told him when his wife was pregnant, Radha Govind Maharaj told him that you should read daily Bhagavatam to your wife, because the child will hear that Bhagavatam. So he would read 2-3 hours Bhagavatam daily. And the child would hear that. And then that's why such a child is born. And he, whenever the chanting of Hare Krishna, he'll keep quiet. And when you stop chanting, he'll start crying. That is like Nimai. Nimai was like that. So the samskara is very important when the child is in the womb. If you read Krishna book or Bhagavatam, the child has impressions. So like that, it is absurd actually. If the mother is watching TV and doing other things, the child will also be born like that. So, so like that Nimai, because of this, whenever Nimai would cry, the ladies would come and chant Hari 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 Hari. So Lord Chaitanya showed by this what he showed by this activity.
Chanting should be one's life and soul.
Yeah, Lord Chaitanya, Nimai showed that I have come here in this world to spread the holy name. So from the beginning only he showed that he has come to spread holy name. So he was making all the ladies chant Hari 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 Hari. So he came actually to spread the holy name. So he showed that by from the beginning on. Like that he showed. So although of course he started Harinam, public Harinam way later, but in the beginning actually before this only he showed. When he was born, that time during the Grahan, everybody was chanting Hari Hari, even the Hindus and Muslims, everybody was chanting Hari Hari. Because the eclipse means there is inauspiciousness, and all people are chanting Hari, including Hindu Muslims. So that time Lord Chaitanya showed, I am coming for spreading holy name. And then when he grew up, and he showed by this, he would stop crying when Hari Hari would be sung. And then way later he started, of course, public Harinam Sankirtan and inundated the whole India like that. So he showed from the birth on, he has come to spread the holy names like that. Lord Chaitanya had come. Yuga Dharma. Krite yadhyayatu Vishnu Tretayam yajato mage dwapare paricharyayam kalau tadhari sankirtanam. In Kali Yuga, this is the Yuga Dharma. In Satyuga, it was Dhyan. In Treta, the Yajna. And in Dwapar Yuga, worship, deity worship. And in Kali Yuga, chanting of the holy names. So Lord came for that. So we can understand from this that Lord is so eager to take us back home, back to God. So Lord has come and He has made the way so easy. It is like the most unqualified people are given the highest. The Kali Yuga people are so unqualified. Lord Chaitanya came to give the highest Krishna praying. What result people would get in Satyuga from doing meditation or Treta Yuga by Yajna and Dwapar Yuga by Paricharya. That or more one gets by chanting this. Lord Chaitanya has come. So if we think how much Lord Chaitanya has given us, we start jumping and crying in ecstasy. How many of you yesterday danced and jumped in ecstasy and cried tears by thinking of Lord Chaitanya's mercy? All of you? Mani Bhushan Krishna Prabhu, Shivguna Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Jai. Good, good. So if we should think that how fortunate we are, because anarpita charim chirat karunaya uttirna kalau samarpitum unnata ujjvala rasam so bhakti shriyam hari purata sundara diti sandi kadamba sandipita sada hriday kandare spurito sachinandana. So it is said that anarpita charim chirat means after long time, actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives this Krishna praying, highest benediction. After how long time, you know? When does Lord Chaitanya gives this Krishna praying mercifully?
4 billion 32. Every Brahma's 12 hours becomes 1
yes,
4.32 billion years.
No, you should add the night also, na? 8.6 billion.
Yes, 8.64 billion years.
Yeah, once in 8.6 billion years, Lord Chaitanya comes and gives this Krishna praying, the highest rasa. So we have got this. So fortunate we are. Imagine. So we should dance and jump in ecstasy, thinking that Lord Chaitanya has come, and he has just come recently, 536 years back, and we have got this holy name. So amazing. And we are so fortunate. Only 536 years back. That's all. Actually, after Lord Chaitanya disappeared, there was a very dark period. So that time, that was completely lost. Then later, when Bhaktivinoda Thakur, because after Lord Chaitanya there are 6 Goswamis, and after 6 Goswamis there were these 3 prominent students of Jiva Goswami. There, who are the 3 prominent students of Jiva Goswami?
Narottama Das Thakur, Shyamananda Pandit, and
Srinivas Acharya.
Srinivas.
Yeah. So these 3 generation, like Lord Chaitanya, the 6 Goswamis, and then these 3 students. For this time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message spread. But after that, a very dark period started. Everything was lost, actually. Vishnu Chakra Thakur, Baldev Bhushan, they were there. So that time, almost these things were lost, and it was a dark period. Vaishnavas were almost completely extinct. And way later, when Bhaktivinoda Thakur came, then he revived Vaishnavism, actually. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, and then our Prabhupada. So that dark period was also very dangerous. So we are so fortunate. We are in this period where the holy name is spreading, and we are in this golden age, and now it's spreading and spreading. So we are so very fortunate that we are in this period. So we should dance and jump in ecstasy, thinking that we are so fortunate. In life, if you get morose and tired and thinking that preaching is not happening and this is not happening, that not happening, then you should just think of Lord Chaitanya's mercy. How Lord Chaitanya is so merciful and how I am so fortunate. Just by thinking this, you will feel blissful. You know, is it not? That even if you are trying so much for preaching, or if you are trying for something and things are not working, but just think of how fortunate we are. Just by thinking this, you feel greatly blissful. So we should think of how Lord Chaitanya is so merciful and how I am so fortunate. So we should always remember these two things. So like that, Lord Chaitanya appeared very recently, 536 years back, and he actually initiated this chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, by which we can get the highest Krishna prane. He has come Unmata Ujjvala Rasam. Ujjvala Rasam is which ras? Unmata Ujjvala Rasam Subhakti Shriyam. Unmata Ujjvala Ras means actually the Madhurya Ras. That Lord Chaitanya has come to give. Otherwise, he doesn't give that is the highest Madhurya Ras. Unnata Ujjvala Rasam. So that Lord Chaitanya has come to give. So we are like so fortunate to get the highest. So this is the highest for the worst, the best for the worst. Once it's Kali Yuga, souls are all like those who are failed so many times, failed and failed and failed and failed. And they are, Satyuga fail हो गए, फिर त्रेता युग में fail हो गया, and Dwapar में fail हो गई, Kali Yuga. Because they are like all gone cases. Those people are given the highest. The worst are given the best. So what else is required? So if we cannot take to this process also, then there is no other hope. So it's so made so easy. Just like cricket. How many of you have played cricket before in childhood? Like many of you. Shri Guna Krishna Guna, others. You have played cricket. So the cricket actually those who play cricket on an international level, national level, they have huge pitch, right? Big pitch is there, and the big playground is there, and the bat is like original heavy bat, and the ball is also which ball? Cork ball. No? It's quite hard. If you get hit by that, it's so dangerous. So the ball is heavy, the bat is heavy, the pitch is huge, and the boundaries are far. So that cricket is actually cricket which is played at the international level. But the children who play cricket, they are in gully cricket. You have played gully cricket. What are the rules of gully cricket? How they play gully cricket?
It's straight. If he hits a car, you get 2 runs. Break someone's window, you get 4 runs.
And 6. If you break somebody's head, then you get 6. Or you have a plastic bat, plastic ball, and they're very nearby. You can, the boundary is very nearby, because these children cannot play on that pitch. If they are told to hold that bat and that ball and the pitch, they will get mad. They cannot do it, these children. They need plastic bat, plastic ball, and one tap out, like that they have. And the boundary is very near. So actually, Satyuga, Lord Krishna came and gave that process of dhyan. And then dhyan means full focus. Even if a bad thought comes in the mind, gone. You will get reaction. Bad thought comes in the mind also, there is a reaction. And they are so strict, you have to be so focused for dhyan. 60,000 years you have to do dhyan on the Paramatma. That was the process. And Dwapar, Treta Yuga also, we do Yajna, and Dwapar Yuga also Archana. So this was very, very tough. Lord Chaitanya said, you cannot play that international cricket. All Kali Yuga souls is like Lord Chaitanya made a gully cricket for all of us. Boundary भी नजदीक कर दिया, rules भी बहुत relax कर दिया, and come. This is plastic bat, plastic ball. You can hit very easily. Boundaries also very nearby. The Lord Chaitanya came and made the process very, very simple. So simple. But if you say, I cannot even lift the plastic bat, and I cannot hit the plastic ball also, then we are not qualified to play cricket only. You will get NFTE. NFT is what? Not fit for technical ages. Not fit for bhakti. NFB will get. If we cannot even chant Hare Krishna and take to this process of chanting Hare Krishna, then there is no other hope. What else we want? Okay. But there is one hope, more merciful than Lord Chaitanya, who is
Prabhupada.
Another Prabhu.
no. But one more incarnation of Lord is there, who is more merciful, and for him the process is more easy.
Harinam Prabhu.
Prabhu, holy name.
Any clue, Prabhu?
Clue. He is black in color. Okay, in Pune temple, which are the 3 altars? NVCC.
Jagannath.
Huh?
Jagannath.
Jagannath. You know Jagannath, how he is more merciful than Lord Chaitanya. He is also called Kaliyug Avatar, Jagannath. So once Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj was telling, when he came to Bhakti, then he started chanting and following this process of four good principle, like that he became brahmachari. And then once he went to home, his home is in Jagannath Puri only. So he went to his house and he told to his mother, you also chant this Hare Krishna. This Hare Krishna is very nice. By following this process of Hare Krishna, you will go back and God and chant 16 hours. His mother said, that is for you. You chant Hare Krishna, you are follower of Gauranga. But I am follower of Jagannath. For those who are follower of Jagannath, the process is more simple than chanting. What is the process for Jagannath's follower? Just eat Mahaprasad. And his mother told, I will just eat Mahaprasad and I will go back to God. Chanting and all that you do. You are follower of Lord Chaitanya. So Maharaj is telling, my mother, she said for her, the process is just take Mahaprasad and taking Mahaprasad you go back to God. So is Lord Jagannath more merciful and then Gauranga or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. But there is one condition. But you want to know what is but? But there is one small condition. Yes, Lord Jagannath, the process is just take Mahaprasad and you will go back to Godhead by taking Mahaprasad. But this process is only for those who are the residents of Jagannath Puri. Only. Oh my God. Very good. How many of you are residents of Jagannath Puri? No. None of us. So this is not for us. But for those who are residents of Jagannath Puri, for them, a special concession by Lord Jagannath. You just take Mahaprasad. Well, by taking Mahaprasad daily, you will go back to God. You don't have to do anything else. That's all. They don't do Ekadashi also there. So we are not so fortunate. So we will follow our Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Chaitanya's process also easy. He gives Mahaprasad also. But before Mahaprasad, there is chanting. Chanting, dancing, and then feasting. But for Jagannath's follower, he has only feasting. Just do feasting and go back to God. So, so it's good news and bad news both. So what can be done? We are not Dhamvasis, but still we are grateful to Lord Chaitanya. He has also done the process almost very simple. So Mahaprasad is also there. That process is also there. But Jagannath's followers there. Puri, Jagannath Puri, those are residents. They are very special. So how many of you feel that eating Mahaprasad is easier than chanting Hare Krishna? You feel that is more easy. So you want
Prabhu, what
that
about
process?
if you go and settle in Jagannath Puri? You become Dhamvasi, right?
Pardon?
You go and settle in Jagannath Puri.
No.
You take birth there.
We have to take birth there. We have to be permanent residents of
Yeah.
Jagannath Puri. Then only that is applicable to us. Not that we go and settle. So sorry, that is the bad news. Anyways, Lord Chaitanya is also good. He is also given nice process. Chanting is not so difficult ultimately. It's difficult, but not so difficult. So Lord Chaitanya is also merciful, like that. So Lord Chaitanya is, of course, there's so many pastimes to discuss all this pastime. There are almost 27 biographies written on Lord Chaitanya. How many? 27.
27.
Yeah. So there is Chaitanya Charitamrit, there is Chaitanya Bhagavad, there is Chaitanya Mangal, there is Chaitanya Chandramrit, there is Chaitanya Charit, there is Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natak, and many other. Anybody knows more? So there is one Chaitanya Upanishad also. So there are biographies are 27 biographies written on Lord Chaitanya. So different pastimes are there. But the topmost of all 27 is considered which one? Which biography?
Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Chaitanya Charitamrit is considered the topmost. Can anybody tell why? Charitamrit is topmost of all, but why? Chaitanya Charitamrit is topmost amongst all the 27 biographies.
Because it highlights Prabhu, all the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Highlights the teachings because Chaitanya Bhagavat also there. It's giving the different age Leela Chaitanya Bhagavat. But Chaitanya Charitamrita essentially gives a summary of Lord Chaitanya's Leelas and teachings.
Nice, Leela and teaching. Okay.
It's written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami.
It is written by Krishna Goswami. That's why it's
Because of that.
special.
This nectar, right? Charitamrita.
Acha, so it's nectar. Any other reason? MI A2. Okay. Nice reason. And of course, when Shivguna Krishna Prabhu told, actually, what happened? There were devotees in Navadvip and there were devotees in Vrindavan. So the Vrindavan Goswamis, they mostly wrote philosophical books in Sanskrit, in Six Goswami. And the Vaishnavas in Navadvip, they wrote books which were like biographies describing the pastimes of Lord. So now Navadvip devotees wrote books describing purely pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. And Vrindavan, the Goswamis wrote the books which were philosophical, were in Sanskrit. So Chaitanya Charitamrita is a book which combines both the pastime and philosophy. So pastime and philosophy combined together is found in Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's why it's the topmost, because philosophy is also necessary. Siddhanta bali chitte na kariya alas. Yaha hote Krishna sudruda manas. So actually it is in Lord Chaitanya says one should understand the philosophy and one should strengthen one's intelligence. So philosophy is also necessary, pastime also necessary. So both combined together, that is there in our Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's why it is the topmost of all the Bibles. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur liked it so much. So he would say, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur would say, if you are going in a boat in the ocean and you have all the four Vedas, all the Vedic literatures, and you have Bhagavad Gita, you have Bhagavatam, you have Chaitanya Charitamrita, and you are traveling in a boat, and when you see that in the ocean you are traveling, but the weight of the boat is too much and you feel that you will have to lessen the weight, then Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur said, take the 4 Vedas and throw in the ocean. Nothing is lost. 4 Vedas you take and throw in the ocean. You still have Bhagavad Gita, you still have Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. But then as you go further, you find that the weight is still more. Then you take Bhagavad Gita and then you throw in the water. Still nothing is lost. You still have Bhagavatam, CC. So you go still further and then you find that there the weight is still more. And what should you throw?
Bhagavatam.
Bhagavatam.
Bhagavatam you will throw. Still, yeah. Weight is too much now. You know? So then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati comes and yes, take the Bhagavatam and throw. Still nothing is lost because you have Chaitanya Charitamrita. But now you go further and you find the weight is still more. Then what you do? What will throw?
Now you have to jump.
Weight is still more. We jump, but keep Chaitanya Charitamrita safe. So like that. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, of course he didn't say this last thing, but he says that you throw Bhagavatam and keep CC. So nothing is lost. Even if everything is lost and Chaitanya Charitamrita is still there, nothing is lost. He said. So that's why Chaitanya Charitamrita is so important. So Bhagavad Gita is like the identity of the Lord. Bhagavatam is like the activity of the Lord. And Chaitanya Charitamrita is like the Bhagavad Gita is identity, Bhagavatam is activity of Lord, and Chaitanya Charitamrita is the
Heart of the Lord. Mind of the Lord.
Mentality.
Mentality.
Yeah. Identity, activity, and mentality. So what Lord thinks, what is Lord's mood, what is Lord's consciousness, that is shown in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So it's very, very important to know the mood of the Lord. So like that, Chaitanya Charitamrita is very, very sweet, nectar. Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Chaitanya Charitamrita actually basically discusses more about Lord's Madhya Leela and Antya Leela. And Lord's childhood pastimes, they are more described in Chaitanya Bhagavat. So some descriptions are there, but not much. Madhya Leela and Antya Leela are more. So Adi Leela is from which year to which year? Madhya Leela is from which year to which year? Antya Leela is from which year to which year? No. Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Adilila is 24
Yeah,
years.
Mataji. Yeah, Mataji. You can take it. Yeah, Mataji. Yeah, go ahead.
First 24 years, Prabhu.
24 years is what?
Adi Leela.
Adi Leela, yeah. Then Madhya Leela?
12 years.
No.
Next to 12 years.
No. Madhya Leela is from which year to which year? So, Adi Leela is
24 to
first.
30.
31st year.
Yeah.
Then after
6.
31st to 48 years, Adilila.
Okay, yeah. So first 24 years is Adi. Then 6 years, in the middle 6 years is Madhya Leela, where Lord Chaitanya traveled all over India. And last 18 years remaining, they are Antya Leela. Like that. So this is the division in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Of course, in Chaitanya Bhagavat there is different division. There is Adi Khanda, Madhya Khanda, and Antya Khanda. It is different. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's like that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, 24 years, he showed the mood of a great scholar, and he was a great scholar, great Pandit, Nimai Pandit. But later, when he left all and then took to devotional service fully and started preaching, 6 years he preached, and then he came to Jagannath Puri, and in last 18 years he was with the devotees and he relished Krishna consciousness. Like that. So then we'll see the final 3 lessons, because we should see some lessons also. Na? In Krishna Lila, we are seeing lessons from Lord Chaitanya's life. What 3 lessons we learn? The first lesson, number 1, we learn is that the process of bhakti is the highest. Only process of bhakti can actually satisfy the soul. This is the first teaching Lord wanted to show. He was the greatest of the scholars, Nimai Pandit. Nobody could stand in front of him. Even the Keshav Kashmiri that time, Digvijay Pandit, he thoroughly defeated him. So Nimai was the scholar in the whole world that time. But then he left that and he became devotee only to show that even the greatest scholarship cannot actually satisfy you. Only this path of bhakti can satisfy one fully, and the path of bhakti is the highest, that is the culmination. Even if you have the greatest scholarship, at that time scholarship was considered the greatest wealth one has. Just like now, if you are the richest person in the whole Asia, like Ambani or somebody, and you are like the greatest, So that time, Lord Chaitanya, that time scholarship was considered the greatest opulence. The Lord Chaitanya showed that he was the greatest scholar, but still that scholarship actually cannot satisfy you. That is not the highest. The highest is bhakti. He left that and took the bhakti. So only to show that the scholarship is not going to help you. So that Lord Chaitanya showed. So that is the first lesson. Actually, the process of bhakti is the highest. Only bhakti can satisfy the soul fully. And the second, Lord Chaitanya showed by his example, and he he taught us is preach while you can. Lord Chaitanya showed that one should preach the message of Krishna consciousness, and he did this for 6 years continuously. Traveled all over India, and he preached this message. He left his most intimate associates who were there in Navadvip Dham, and he left his beautiful wife, he left his mother, who was a helpless mother, and wife. Such actually conditions were there that nobody else will leave that condition. Such nice friends he had in Navadvip, but he all left that only to preach this message that others can get benefit. So the preaching is very important. Lord Chaitanya showed Pran Hetu Se Prachar. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said, one who has life, he should preach. One who has no life, he will not preach. So like that, preach while you can. Lord Chaitanya showed. He renounced at such a young age. He renounced everything only for the sake of the conditioned souls, to give this Krishna consciousness to others. So, nacha tasman manusheshu kaschin me priyatritama bhavita nacha tasman anya priyataro bhuri. Lord Krishna also says, one who preaches this message of Krishna consciousness is very, 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 very dear to me, and there will be nobody else dear to me. So, preaching this message of Krishna consciousness is very, very important. That's what Lord Chaitanya showed by his own example. And then third is actually taking the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra as one's life and soul. Lord Chaitanya, he showed that how one should actually take this chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra as one's life and soul. So he himself always chanted. Whenever possible, he would chant and chant and chant and chant and chant. And his whole avatar he himself came for only to spread the holy names. So to only spread this chanting of Hare Krishna, he came his avatar. If we see this moment of ISKCON, if we remove the chanting, then what else remains? Nothing remains. The chanting is the heart and soul of ISKCON. And it should be our life also. chanting. So Lord Chaitanya showed that this chanting one should take very, very seriously. So he said actually we should make it as a thread in our neck and wear this mantra of Hare Krishna, and with the money are made up of Hare Krishna and the thread is made up of Trinada Pusuricha. So like that we should always chant in a humble mood. Always chant in a humble mood, servant of servant. So like that chanting should be given utmost importance. That's why Prabhupada would say 99.9% of the advancement depends on what?
Proper chanting.
Chanting, yes. Our spiritual life depends. If you remove chanting, then nothing remains. Chanting should be made heart and soul of our lives. That's what Lord Chaitanya showed us. And would chant always continuously. So these are the three lessons we learn from Lord Chaitanya's life. Who can repeat the three lessons? And we'll end.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. The first lesson is the process of bhakti is the highest. And the only process of bhakti can satisfy the soul.
Yeah. Okay. Next, other devotees also. One man. Each one.
While you can. One who has
Preach while you can. Yes. We should preach this message. Pran hetu se prachar. One who has life, he preach. Thank you. Somebody else? Third one.
Make the chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra as heart and soul.
We should take this chanting of Hare Krishna mantra as life and soul. Lord Chaitanya also made his life and soul. In the last 18 years, he would chant continuously. Gambhira. It would be all time chanting. One should make this chanting as life and soul. This is the connection of Jiva to Krishna, this chanting. Yeah. Okay. So happy Gaur Purnima. Although it was yesterday. But as I said, every day is Gaur Purnima. Lord Chaitanya, whenever we chant, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasana Gaur, Lord Chaitanya appears. Lord Chaitanya appears. That is Gaur Purnima. And when we chant Hare Krishna, that is Krishna appears. So that is Janmashtami. So we can celebrate Gaur Purnima and Janmashtami daily. We are chanting Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, we are chanting Hare Krishna. So we can celebrate Gaur Purnima and Janmashtami daily. Okay. Thank you so much for your kind attention. And then from next time we'll resume our Krishna Katha, Gaur Katha. So Gaur Katha, but is more nectarian, just like what example Prabhupada gave, the difference between Radha Krishna and Gauranga. Which analogy Prabhupada gave?
sugar and milk.
Sugar and milk. Radha Krishna is like sugar and milk, but Sandesh is like Lord Chaitanya. So Sandesh is more relishable. So sometimes we can do Gaur Katha also. In between Krishna Katha, Gaur Katha. Like that will do sometimes. Okay, thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Gaur Purnima Mahotsav ki jai. Kanaiya Desh Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Hari Bol.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very
Thank
good.
you very much. Hare Krishna. Antam Gopal Prabhu, can you thank Prabhu?
Thank you. Thank you, Chaitanya Prabhu, once again for giving us a very nectarian Gaura Katha session. So thank you for your time, Prabhu, and we'll meet you next time to continue our Krishna Katha. So let's express our gratitude to Prabhu by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Vancha kalpatarabhascha
Kripā sindhobheva ca
Dana
patitānaṁ
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Ki Jai
ki jai.
Jai.
Prabhupada Ki Jai
Maharaj ki jai.
Jai
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Chandra Prabhu ki jai.
Jai Hare Krishna.
Chaitanya Das Prabhu ji ki jai. Hare
Jai.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna devotees, thank you all for your enthusiastic participation in today's session, Gaura Katha. So, next program will be tomorrow's morning, Brahma Murta chanting. So, request everybody to join. And with all your permission, we wind up today's session. Hare Krishna.